Good morning to you. Good morning to you. You look like a trader and you smell like one too. Did anybody else, did your mom wake you up like that every morning? If not, well, that's your wake up call for me. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. It is Wednesday, December 7th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. You are at the pregame show, and this is a place where I promise to never sing to you again. And I also go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. I'll officially get started in 8 minutes. Until then, I'll say hello to my friends, do an audio-visual check, and look at a few charts. Good morning. This silly poll is now blocking some of your names, but I know Night Truck was up there. Hey, Night Truck, Greg, Dublin, Andre, Lisa, Sam, Casey, Sebro, Trainman, Diego, Anthony, hi, Roger, bonjour, Paul, Wave, Eldad, Mal, Basque, hey, Dove, Eldad. I already said hello to you twice, but you deserve it. Hey, Andre. Okay, you're part of the swing report, but not TCG. We'll count that. I'm just curious as to who's here. I want to get to know you. I recognize some people as TCG members and other people I recognize as regular pre-gamers, but not TCG members. Then, as always, we have a few new faces. Hi, Eli. Good morning. Ludovic, Ken, Duncan, Keggers, Mustang, Jeff, Tess. Hey, Chris. Let me go back up to the top, see if we have any chart requests. I need more coffee. I should have done that. You're going to get semi-caffeinated Lori instead of full caffeinated Lori, so you're welcome. AV's good. Thank you, Night Truck. Imp had a bad day yesterday. Daily big red candle. We did hold with support of 303.06. We hit 304.45. That becomes the key level today. Bears are looking to top fish bounces. 312, I'm not going to count that as a resistance. That's a low volume level. So 315.98 is your next resistance. We were in a downtrend. It had a pretty bad day. I would look for reverse back burners. First 5 or 15 minute overbought. You need coffee too? Okay, I'm going to send you some virtual coffee. Yo, Joe. LYB. Okay, what is this? Chemicals. What's the volume? Okay, we're good on there. Now let me go look at it. Potential monthly bear flag. Bulls would love for this to be, it's sloppy, but for it to be a potential inverse head and shoulders on the weekly. That monthly has me hesitant there, though. Daily has lost the uptrend. 4 hour approaching oversold. You're in a weekly uptrend, so you could be scouting a potential weekly high or low. Looking to bottom fish that 81.37 or 80.16. The drug of choice worldwide. Ain't it? Hey, SBF, Michael. Bustler, Goat. That's funny. My dad would come in and turn on the light. It used to make me so upset, but I was typically the one waking up my entire family. I actually asked for an alarm clock for my 7th birthday because I was tired of being late, our whole family being late for school. And then I took it upon myself to wake up my entire family and make sure we were on time getting out the door. Does that shock any of you? No. Yes, coffee IV on the way. All right, we have 4 more minutes. I have time for another chart request. This morning's price action was totally interesting, fascinating. I love technical analysis. And hit that like button before all the people who really don't know what we're about join and they don't hit the like button. You, my friends that are here every single day, come on, do me a favor and hit it. Hey, Mark, how are you? Mark, is that Mountain Mark? I always forget. You're going to have to change your YouTube name to Mountain Mark as well, so I know if that's the guy who helped me down a mountain. Okay. Let me look at the economic data real quick. Pull that down. I always have that tab open on another screen, so let's refresh it. Filters, clear all. I want US only. I know we have oil inventory. 2-star, 3-star, apply. So today we have non-farm productivity in 2 minutes, unit labor cost 2 minutes. Those are typically not market moving events, but in lower liquidity environments, we've seen nothing burger data move the market. So don't count on it being a nothing burger. We have oil at 1030, oil inventory. Light, yeah. US 30. I think you've asked about this before. Okay, is that the right one? Because I never look at this. This is the Dow essentially, okay. Yeah, we broke daily support yesterday. And what bulls want to see is they want to see a broadening formation. We want to see these lower lows not get a lot of follow through. And you can see this now on every chart. On all of our major indices, ES, now NASDAQ, broke that daily support this morning in pre-market action. So ES, NASDAQ, RTY, Dow, they all broke to lower lows. And now the bull's best hope is that we have a potential megaphone, unconfirmed, underway. That's it. Perfect. Oh, that's cool. On LYB. You were on the mountain? Okay, Mark. You are North Carolina Mark then. Okay. I know we have 3 Marks. We have Mark W., who's from North Carolina. From Asheville, Mark S. You're from the Raleigh area, I believe. And then we have Mountain Mark. Okay, I think I got all my marks straight. Okay. Let me get all my everything ready for us to get started. This is so cool. This is so cool. I love technical analysis. I love it so much I could just cry. Okay. Let's see if I can show you. Okay, so this was NQ. Actually, let me start with the ES. Let me set this up so we can start the show. I want to show you what just happened. Okay, that's the hourly. Perfect. Then NQ. Hourly. Perfect. RTY. Hourly. Okay. And YM. Okay, I got it right. Yay! I get a prize this morning. Okay. Let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to the pregame show. This is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of the Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, that would be great, at Chart Gal Lori. I would love for you to give me a follow and I'll share my technical knowledge, but I don't spam you. We're really getting the move on right here. The data just come out. We're moving a little bit on that, but let me show you what really happened. But first, I have notes on the other screen where I have notes about the indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day. I copy and paste these notes and give them to TCG members when I'm done so they can slice and dice them as they see fit. So we do have a couple economic data coming out, so it had exceeded expectation. We're popping a little bit on that. But I'm going to go ahead and delete that. That's not as important to me. So this is what happened. Here is, stay with me now. ES, NASDAQ, so SPY, NASDAQ, IWM Russell futures, and Dow futures. So here's the hourly chart, okay? NASDAQ finally broke to a lower low. NASDAQ did. All the other 3, they broke to lower lows yesterday. NASDAQ did not. This morning, NASDAQ broke that daily support and joined the bear party. But guess what held up this morning? Russell and Dow. They held up. ES barely broke support just by a tiny bit. But these two holding yesterday's low helped prop up NASDAQ and SPY and prevent a complete meltdown. So yesterday, NASDAQ was holding while everything else was melting down. This morning, NASDAQ melting to a degree and 2 other indices stepped up to pick up the slack. And that's why we didn't see complete follow through on that bear break of 11,465 on NASDAQ. So that's what just happened. And in general, these H patterns can be bullish. And so you won't hear me mention a pattern These two broke, so they're no longer potentially bullish, but RTY and Dow are. So bears are trying to take back over, but bulls are saying, whoa, 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 we're going to defend support. You won't hear me mention a pattern unless it has more than 50% chance of following through to that potential side. So in this case, a potential bullish H pattern. So sometimes more than 50%, this can go bullish. We'll see. There's nothing pointing to be bullish yet. And let's look at our table. So weekly, we've been in a downtrend. Daily, here's the three major things that changed overnight or changed this morning. XLV, bonds, and daily trend. Those three, I've steadily had green checks in all of those boxes for probably since I started the table. No longer. That was a big change overnight. Bonds double topped on the 4-hour. Bonds still have a chance to go to higher highs, but as I looked at it this morning, we had a 4-hour double top. So that's going to be important for me, and we lost our daily trend. So I just wanted to highlight for you three things that changed that were big shifts. Because remember, XLV has been propping us up for a really long time, and now XLV has pulled back to the point where a 4-hour lower high is anticipated. You see that? They pulled back so far that now on a bounce, we're looking for a 4-hour lower high. So XLV joined the bear party. QQQ joined the bear party. And the question still remains, will bonds join the party? So you see here 130.17, 130.15. I'm calling this a 4-hour double top, and we wicked up into it. Okay, bond bulls are trying here. If we can make a new higher high, then I would check this box back over here and take that one off. Does that make sense? Either way, that doesn't really affect our weighting a lot. We're heavily weighted to the downside. We've had 2 bearish trend days. Going into today, the most aggressive bulls are looking to buy gap downs, and the most conservative bears are waiting for bounces to short, waiting for overbought conditions on shorter term time frames. It is reverse back burner day again. Hang Seng was down 3%. Here, it's down 3.22%, and DAX is currently down about 0.5%. Yeah, hit that like button. No, Mark, you rock. We've got the most interesting people in our room, and nice. We attract this typical trader. We attract certain types of people, even though we're all very diverse in our backgrounds. But what we're after is to learn how to fish. And if you can hand me a fish here and there, great. So just yesterday, I had a pretty good trade yesterday morning at 7:25 a.m. Mountain Time. So that is 4 minutes from when the market opens. I posted, hey, coin has a potential head and shoulders on the 2-hour. It's not cute, it's not clean, but it's there. And then 3 minutes later, in coin short. So I posted, here's short, I'm short, and then here's what I'm in. I'm in 46 puts for this week at $1.87. And then I exited a third, and I put my exits 238. Exiting 20% at 280. Put my exits there. Exiting more. And I was explaining why I'm selling into the push downs, because I want to sell when momentum is pushing to the downside. That's when I want to flip out. 350, 370 was my final exit, and the trade keeper indicator fired green right here, and that was my final exit on coin. So, and I shared my Netflix trade with you yesterday and my exits in chat. And what was the other trade? Oh, a Netflix short, coin short, and my DIA shorts. So I had 3 live trades yesterday. Duncan, I don't know if I can answer that. I don't know if I'm allowed to answer that. So Duncan is asking about what's going to happen next Tuesday. So as I talked about yesterday, we have PPI on Friday. That's important. We have CPI on Tuesday. That's super important. And then we have FOMC on Wednesday, and that is, I can't draw enough lines. Like, if these were bar graphs, let me do it like that. That would be easier. Even though I can't draw. PPI on Friday, important. CPI on Tuesday, important. FOMC, it's off the chart. Literally off the chart how important it is. So we could tighten up inside a broadening formation, which makes the most sense to me considering all of the charts I've looked at. a broadening formation makes the most sense, where we just really play bangarang within these large ranges that the market has established while we wait for these important data points. Okay, back to my notes. Let's start with the dollar. Okay, this is bearish divergence in that the dollar continues to roll over and market bulls have not taken advantage of it. They are taking advantage of it at this moment, but earlier today, during all of this stuff, this mishigas, the dollar's coming down, and so is the market. That's bearish divergence for the market. Now we want to see the dollar lose 105.05 and continue its consolidation so the market could possibly bounce. Bonds, I went over that. Let's look at ES. Now we've bounced for enough room for a 15-minute higher low. So you eager beaver bulls out there, on a pullback, you could look for a 15-minute higher low relative to 3914 for a bottom fish setup on ES. You eager beaver bears, you're waiting for either 5 or 15-minute overbought conditions. And I tell you, I'm not going to show my notes, and I swear if I don't just do it every darn time. But here, y'all let me set my alerts for 30 for reverse back burner yesterday. I'm so used to regular back burner. And somebody said, Lori, isn't overbought 70 RSI? I'm like, well, of course. Y'all sat there and watched me set alerts for 30 minutes. So I'm sticking with some shorts on my Queen of the Mountain trade. And dear sweet baby Jesus, 7 pounds, 7 ounces. Don't let me mess this alert up this time. Okay, so same thing for the indices. Let's go set alert for overbought, not oversold. Okay, tell me when 5-minute, I'm on 15-minute now, when 15-minute gets overbought. And that's where exactly, Jeff, exactly. That's where we will be looking for a potential hourly lower high in reverse back burner situation, 5 or 15-minute overbought. So that's the dealio on ES. Resistance is 3954. Support is the low of today, 3914. 3,900 needs to hold today for ES bulls to make a go at it for a potential broadening formation. Aggressive bulls have the opening drive play and that they're looking for a 15-minute higher low. Conservative bears have more of a midday, late morning, for me, a trade setup where they're looking for overbought conditions to short. Okay, NASDAQ. No problem, Duncan. We lost that ever important 11,465 this morning on NASDAQ. We bounced enough now to make enough room for a 15-minute higher low. So this is where you're going to get your groove on. Aggressive bulls here. And aggressive bears are going to be closer to 11,54150 top fishing. Here, you're diddling in the middle. I don't think there's a trade setup right here. I think the trade setup is on a pullback or a push up here or here. Does that make sense? Now this chart essentially explains all of the charts, all of them. Okay. Here's something key. This is pretty cool. So 279.17, let me delete all this. 279.17, that was our key support. Now I trade futures and I give more clout to futures, but for QQQ, we're back above 279.17. That is an accomplishment. If we can open up the day above 279.17, then QQQ has been spared a daily lower low, technically. Now, NASDAQ has not. NASDAQ broke to a lower low. But do y'all see that difference? That is sending a statement to the bears saying, hey, bulls, we decided to show up and we're not going to let you embarrass the family and bring us below 279.17 during regular trading hours. RTY is hoping for the same thing everybody else is. Megaphone. If we can get a megaphone, that means we got a lower low with very little follow through. And then that gives us a very large range to play bangarang in until we get to that ever important FOMC minutes. Key resistance, 1818. Key support, 1803. And let's just make it 1800. YM, key resistance, 33693, 33708. Support, 33452. VIX got a higher high this morning on the daily. VIX was sending a signal, but doesn't this make sense? Do you see this? Do you see why I am of the megaphone mentality right now, which has me a more comfortable, aggressive bull this morning, flipping to a bear in the afternoon, looking for this low to hold for a potential megaphone. We're at the upper range of a VIX megaphone. And we're at the lower range of a potential ES megaphone. Now, can I get an amen? Do you love technical analysis? Yes. Love it. Hang Seng was down 3.22%. That made me go look for a potential China short this morning. I got one for you. DAX is red. Gave you the Dow. VIX, I didn't give you the support. Your next support is $20.38. VIX is overbought on the hourly. We did get a daily higher high, but we are not in an uptrend. This could be an area for shorting the VIX and going long ES. Again, I keep saying the same thing. US 10-year. Now, that was one thing that didn't change. Do you see I'm still giving the dollar in US 10-year for the market bulls because they're not structured well. This is not a good structure. We're looking for daily lower high on US 10-year. We're looking for a daily lower high on Dixie. And those are caveats or glimmers of hope for market bulls. Okay. Bitcoin. I clicked on you, darn it. Okay, potential weekly bear flag still in play. I am short Bitcoin and I'm going to stay short Bitcoin until it stops working. I have my stop up here above 17,150. Bulls have changed the hourly trend, but they got a lot of work to do. Cough it. A lot of work to do on the 4-hour. Four-hour lower high expected on Bitcoin. Bears are looking for overbought conditions on shorter term time frames, and Ethereum looking for 4-hour lower high and overbought condition. What did I set that right? Yes, 70. I don't even believe myself that I said it right because I don't want to make that mistake again. So Bitcoin bears are looking for 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions to short. Same thing for Ethereum. Ethereum 4-hour lower high. The more likely scenario. Gold. Gold potential 12-hour bear flag. I don't like gold. I just don't like it. I didn't like it yesterday. Don't like it today. It is squirrely. Going sideways. Sloppy. I like a top fish of $17.95 on gold. 12-hour bear flag in play. Weekly, we are in an uptrend, and I absolutely know that we're right at that 50 MA, and that has me not like gold, especially with that 12-hour time frame. Oil bounced overnight. We finally got over that 74.82, a little more convincing. I won't be trading oil today. We have oil inventory at 10:30 a.m. this morning. Bulls have made enough room for an hourly higher low on the next pullback. BITI, Lisa. Dove. BITI. That's the short Bitcoin one. And BITO is the bull one. Nat Gas. Inventory tomorrow. Really nice bounce on Nat Gas. Bulls have plenty of room for a 4-hour higher low on the next pullback relative to 533. If you're interested in a long, you could look to buy a potential pullback. Apple. Okay, so these are all the drawings I had yesterday. What a trade. Just what a trade setup. Just melted on open. Did anybody follow me on that Netflix trade yesterday? Netflix trade was a top fish. I told you when it was around, I think, 312.84, and I entered at 313.07, and I exited yesterday at 304.78 was my last exit. I scaled out to the downside. Y'all look at this frown. Do y'all see that frown? Nothing's changing. Hourly EMAs are overhead. Daily rising wedge, and so Netflix is a short for me. So I jumped from Apple to Netflix, but I just want to tell you Netflix. So my Queen of the Mountain trades, DIA and Netflix from yesterday, I'm doing the same rinse and repeat trades today. Rinse and repeat, looking for overbought conditions on 5 and 15 minutes, short DIA, Netflix. Coin was a trade setup I put in the room for the 2-hour potential bear flag. That played out beautifully. And now I'm looking to short 5 and 15 minute overbought on Coin, DIA, Netflix, and XBEV. XBEV is weak this morning. China is weak. We have a daily, their market is weak. Daily inside bar yesterday, and we're breaking bear out of that daily inside bar in pre-market below 1126. So I like a bounce short on XBEV. So those four are my queen of the mountain trades, all right? Shorts on Coin, DIA, Netflix, and XBEV. Looking for 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions. Keep it simple, stupid. Apple, same setup, same. We are looking for 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions to short. 140.35 becomes the level almost for the entire market. And if I tell you something so important, I better have an alert there. You see that orange triangle? I have an alert there at 140.50. Let me know if Apple begins to approach that key daily support, because we could get some bigger flushes down if 140.35 is lost. Amazon, 4-hour oversold as we are approaching last weekly support of 85.87. So I get that we could short a 5 or 15-minute overbought. I almost would rather pull a buy a pullback on Amazon with this 4-hour so beat up. But remember, 4-hour is beat up, but we're not in a weekly uptrend. This support of 85.87 is just a level. So 4-hour oversold conditions aren't as juicy as when you're in a weekly uptrend, then that becomes more fun and more reliable. Here, it's not as reliable. So I guess I need to stick with the short idea, 5 and 15-minute overbought. NVIDIA is still holding support, 155.20. Its 4-hour is not oversold. Hourly is. I like an NVDA long today because it's still holding that daily support and a daily uptrend. And Tesla, potential 2-day inverse head and shoulders. So I don't want to sell any hopium here. But this could be a little inverse head and shoulders on Tesla. That's what bulls are hoping for. It is weak in the pre-market, 5 and 15-minute overbought conditions, or for shorting. Okay. Target. Hey, Private Idaho. How are you? Are you in Idaho? I am too. Thank you so much for your kind words. I appreciate it. Even though I seem super silly, I take my job very, very seriously. I don't mess around when it comes to technical analysis. I do like to have fun in general, but when it comes to the markets, this is how I provide for my family. So, and I know a lot of you, this is how you provide for your family, or this is your very limited savings that you have deployed in the market. So I want to make sure that I help you as much as I can. In our TCG chat room, we have live streams every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern till 10:30 a.m. Eastern. We have another live at noon Eastern, and then we have a live for 45 minutes before close. And we have 2 Zoom calls a week for Q&A where we look at you face to face, or if you want to show your face, and you can ask us whatever questions you want about trading, the occupation, risk management, trading systems. You can ask us whatever. So we have places where you can ask us questions and all of your chart requests can be answered. This is a very limited platform, and I have to rip through about 25 charts in 25 minutes. Now let's get to target. Yes, Idaho, awesome. I had land in Coeur d'Alene, and I sold it. Now I'm in Boise. I love McCall. Yes, me too. That's my next goal, is to get a cabin up in McCall. Okay, who asked me about target? I'm all over the place. Eric, here's what I'm struggling with. Nope. Well, first of all, I'm struggling with drawing. This is breaking bear out of a bullish diamond reversal pattern. We're at the bottom of a trend. So we're at the bottom. Typically, this is bullish. So I'm thinking maybe I'm not looking at the right time frames. No. 148.75 needs to hold, but this is a somewhat of a bullish reversal pattern, but we're breaking bear below 155.75. If we break below 148.75, this idea is off the table. Now let me go to another time frame where maybe I can help. 4 hours oversold. Hourly bullish divergence? No, not really, because price made a higher low. I like a bottom fish of yesterday's low. I actually do, because this is pretty beat up and that diamond pattern has me intrigued. Okay, QS, and then I'm going to wrap it up. Dan will be live in the room. in just a minute. QS. We're inside last week's range. 661 needs to hold. An aggressive bull could look to bottom fish 661, but this is a mess. This is bears full control. CVNA getting wrecked this morning. I don't know what news came out with them, but they're back in black dirt breakdown. Another dumpster fire. We will get a bounce out of CVNA. I just need to know the news. Oh, debt restructuring. Market chatter. Okay, that makes sense. So on CVNA, I think there will be a dead cat bounce, but you're just in a black dirt breakdown with no supports to bottom fish. Oh, I don't make those kind of those type of guesses, Private Idaho, but you do you, boo. Thank you for your enthusiasm. You make me, Jerry, thank you for your kind words. Now, there are 318 of you and I only have 154 likes. If y'all could fix that and hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. Marking is popping. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter at @ChartGallery, I'd greatly appreciate it. Now, y'all go out there and trade like you got some sense, is what my Meemaw would say. And y'all use stop losses. TCGers, I will be in the room in just a few minutes. I'll copy those notes and a copy of this table, and I'll plop it in the chat room. Bye, y'all.